Hi there, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to read the story of the Lost Star. Before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe so that you will be the first to watch our new videos. Also, please give this video a thumbs up if you like stories like this. Let's begin. White medium star. One quiet night, little Sarah was sitting in her backyard, looking up at the twinkling sky. She loved counting stars before bedtime. But suddenly, whoosh! Shooting star. Small, glowing star tumbled down from the sky and landed softly in the grass right beside her. Sarah gasped. "Oh my goodness! Are you okay?" The star wiggled and spoke in a soft, sparkly voice. "I'm fine, but I'm lost. I fell out of the sky, and I can't find my way back home." Sarah wanted to help. She gently picked up the star. It was warm and hummed like a tiny lullaby in her hands. She tried tossing it high into the air, but it came right back down. She tried climbing a tall tree, but the star still couldn't reach the sky. Then Sarah had an idea. She ran to get her kite, the biggest one she had. She tied the star to the string and waited for the wind. Whoosh! The kite soared higher and higher, and the star began to sparkle brighter. Soon, the star's friends in the sky noticed and reached down with a beam of light, pulling it back home. "Thank you, Sarah," the star called from above. "Whenever you see me twinkle, know I'm smiling at you." That night, Sarah looked up at the sky and saw one star shining brighter than the rest. She smiled and whispered, "Good night, my friend." Moral: helping others find their way is one of the brightest things you can do. Once upon a time, in a faraway land filled with magic and wonder, there lived a kind and gentle girl named Sarah. She had a heart of gold and a love for all living creatures. Every night before bed, Sarah would gaze up at the stars in the sky and make wishes upon them. She dreamed of far-off adventures and wished upon a falling star to take her away from her ordinary life. Little did she know that her wish was about to come true in the most unexpected way. One evening, as Sarah was lying in her bed, she heard a strange sound. It was a soft, tinkling noise like 1,000 tiny bells. She sat up in bed and listened intently. The sound seemed to be coming from outside her window. Curiosity got the better of her, and she went to investigate. As she opened the window and looked out, she saw something that made her gasp in amazement. In the garden below, she saw a small, glowing star. It was no bigger than a kitten, and it was slowly making its way towards her house. Sarah couldn't believe what she was seeing. Could it really be a fallen star? She had heard stories of such occurrences, but never thought that she would witness one herself. As the star approached her window, Sarah could hear it humming a soft tune. It sounded like a lullaby, and it seemed to be calling out to her. Unable to resist its enchanting melody, Sarah climbed out of her window and went down into the garden. When she found the star, she noticed that it was glowing even brighter than before. And as she reached out to touch it, it suddenly began to wiggle and move like a living creature. "Are you okay?" Sarah asked softly, afraid that she might hurt it. The star turned towards her and replied in a voice that sounded like 1,000 tiny bells. "I am fine, but I am lost. I fell out of the sky and cannot find my way back home." Sarah's heart went out for the lost star. She knew that she had to help it return to the heavens. But how could she do so? It was so tiny, and she couldn't just throw it up into the air and hope that it would fly back up. As she pondered over what to do, the star suddenly began to glow brightly and said, "Please help me reach the sky. I need to get home before the sun rises." Sarah didn't hesitate for a moment. She scooped up the star and held it close. Then she remembered her kite. It was the biggest one she had, with a long, sturdy string that could reach great heights. She quickly ran into the house, grabbed the kite and ran back to the garden. She attached the star to the end of the kite string and waited for the wind to catch it. As the wind began to pick up, the kite lifted off the ground and soared higher and higher. Sarah held on tight to the string, guiding the kite towards the sky. The star began to glow even brighter now, and Sarah could feel its happiness radiating through the string. Suddenly, a bright beam of light shot out from the sky and wrapped itself around the star. It was the star's friends from the sky, and they were there to help their lost companion return home. With the combined efforts of Sarah and the star's friends, the kite was lifted higher and higher until the star was out of sight. Sarah felt a pang of sadness at having to part ways with the star, but she was happy that it was returning home. As she watched the star disappear into the vast expanse of the sky, she knew that this was just the beginning of her adventures. The star had shown her that magic was real and that anything was possible if you just believed. From that day on, Sarah never looked at the stars in the same way again. She knew that each one twinkled with its own unique magic, and that one day she might just get to visit them all. The moral of the story is that helping others is always the brightest thing you can do. No matter how small or insignificant you may feel, you have the power to make a big difference in the world. Just like Sarah, when you encounter someone who is lost or in need of help, don't hesitate to lend a hand. You never know what kind of impact you may have on their life. And who knows, maybe they'll end up helping you in ways you never imagined. So keep your hearts open and your minds curious, because you never know what adventures await you just around the corner. That's all for today, friends. We hope you enjoyed the story of the lost star. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.